Beautiful. Fantastic. Hello, everybody. Hi, Owen. All right. Thank you guys for joining us for our last volunteer meeting before CONpossible 2026 through the fairy ring. I appreciate all the directors who stayed over from the directors meeting, and of course all the new folks who might be joining us both in person and virtual. We're going to have a really fun show this year in just, dare I say it, 18 days and 21 hours from now. Yeah. Everybody has some simultaneous heart attack, myself predominantly among them. But we're really looking forward to it. We know it's going to be a really fun show. We've got a lot of cozy things planned, a lot of magical things planned. So the purpose of this meeting is just to talk a little bit about the show, talk a little bit about what it is to volunteer, some of the departments that need volunteer positions filled, and just hopefully get everybody chatting with one another and learning more about the show. So for those who are new, who might be joining us on YouTube or Discord, CONpossible is a registered DBA of Ukrainian Events Corporation, which is a nonprofit. It's a 501c3. And so we do this all community-based for the love of the community to bring alternative history and speculative fiction programming to the general masses here in the Southeast. We are a loving sequel to a show that was formerly run by Captain Bill Harrison, who's very beloved to us and still involved with the show. But he ran the Atlanta Steampunk Exposition for 5 years. And so as of 2024, he gives his blessing to continue with CONpossible. CONpossible broadened the doors to include not just steampunk, but every punk. And so that involves all of the fandoms that you might already be familiar with, like diesel punk, and particularly this year, aether punk, which is the more magical side of things, as well as several of our directors' new and different and unusual versions of punk that just get created on the fly. Because we like to say that steampunk got started with one question: what if? So we're here to answer that question. So CONpossible is a semi-immersive convention. We do have a running theme, a running storyline. We're all denizens of Terminus Manor, which is kind of a mystical castle that goes from different times and dimensions, visits different realms. We started with our first show where we went to the jungles of Venus. We then traveled beyond the veil last year, and now this year we're going through the fairy ring. So a little of the administrative details. We will be February 6th to the 8th, 2026. Our registration opens noon on Friday with programming, light programming starting around 2, but most programming starting at 4 p.m. on Friday. That includes our vendor hall. Our vendor hall will be open from 4 to 7 on Friday. And then our programming will run until late that evening. We usually have a big dance Friday evening. This year it is the Fae Masquerade. So you can come in your most delightful costumery. We will have Atlanta Historic Dance there to run a dance class and traditional reels and different dance moves beginning at 8 p.m. And then after that, it'll open up into a lot more different styles of dance. We will also be doing a trinket trade preceding the masquerade. So if you enjoy swag and seek and other events like that, bring little trinkets to trade with your Fae fellows. And we will be doing a little I don't want to call it a contest, but you'll be given little tokens to decide, are you the Seelie court or the unseelie court? So whichever court you decide to align with, that will play into our overarching theme for this year, and our closing ceremony storyline, which will involve some new characters as well as some of our already established characters for those who have been with us in years past. Saturday, our hours are 10 a.m. until late again. We do have a big show Saturday evening. It is our United Lyceum Theater Music Hall Review. That begins at 8 p.m. It will involve a variety of different acts, from Victorian burlesque to dance to singing and all things in between. Our headliner for that event is the Dust Bowl Fairies. So they will be our live band this year, and they will be performing Saturday evening with dance music to follow for those who like to stay up late and dance the night away. The vendor hall hours for Saturday are 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. We will also be running our charity auction with a preview on Friday night, but full hours on Saturday. Our charity auction is going to benefit the cottage. If you want to learn more about them, they are northgeorgiacottage.org. They are a sexual assault center and children's advocacy center. So they do wonderful work working with those who have been victims of sexual abuse or assault. They're a wonderful organization that we're very excited to be raising some funds for this year. So our charity auction hours will run roughly around the same hours as our programming. And then that will close on Sunday. So our hours for Sunday will be 10 a.m., but probably most things beginning at 11 because it's Sunday. So 11 until 4 for our vendors. Our closing ceremonies will be at 5, so 11 until 5:36 for our programming. And then our charity auction will wrap up at noon, where if you bid on an item, you'll start being able to collect your items at 12 p.m. on Sunday. So those are roughly kind of the administrative elements of CONpossible. If you have never volunteered with us before, what does that entail? Okay, so we usually recommend about a 4-hour shift a day. So if you're a new volunteer, that would be a commitment of 12 hours. Depending on what department you're in, there's flexibility there. But that's roughly what we ask of our volunteers, is about 12 hours for the weekend. You get a free pass to the show. You'll also get a free collectible pin and other little swag items that you can use at our con store, as well as a big Saturday evening party that we're going to be doing once again this year, 7 p.m. Sorry, I said Saturday, Sunday, 7 p.m. Sunday after the show wraps up. That's called our Dead Dog Party. And so we'll provide food and entertainment and games, and it'll be a chance for us all to hang out and kind of enjoy each other's company after the show has ended. There are other things involved. We do have a new director of volunteer services, Lady Maribel, and so she will be able to answer all questions for anybody who's interested in joining the team, based on what the commitments look like, what the openings look like, and what you can expect from your time at CONpossible. We're a pretty fun crew. I think personally, one of our directors is currently holding a literal live snake in the front row. So you never know what you're going to get with CONpossible. And he's Santa Claus on top of it. So it's just, it's one of those things. It's what? Noel.
See,
Santa Claus has a snake named Noel. Okay, I can't, my heart. If you have never joined us in person, we are in Duluth. We're at the Sonesta Gwinnett Place, which is a lovely little hotel that also hosts other conventions, such as a Conjuration, which happens in the fall, and Stellarfest, which happens in the spring. So we are going to talk just a little bit about our different departments. We do have some new directors joining our team this year. In addition to our new director, we of course have our communications department that's headed up by Natasha, or Wimelva. If you've been following us on social media, you've seen Wimelva's missives giving you some information on what to expect at this year's convention. I know that we are looking for more volunteers for info services and social media. So if you are interested in that, we are also very much looking at having a webmaster join the team. So if any of that is within your realm of possibility, you'd like to join the team, we'll be talking with Natasha. We also have our director of Con Ops, that's Tom, who is here, who can talk to you about all things operations at CONpossible, and his second, Jess, who is also here as well in person. We have our disability services department, which will be a new staff. I believe Lamprat just introduced herself in the virtual chat room. So hi, we're very excited to have you. We will also have our tea room once again. So the tea room is a beloved part of our convention, still headed up by the czar himself, Czar Maya, and I know that we have several openings in that department as well. So if you enjoy food and beverage, if you enjoy kind of like hanging out in a relaxed setting, and you want to find out more about the tea room, please reach out to Maya, and of course Maribel, who can get you set up with what that entails. It's a little different than a con suite if you've never been to our tea room before. So definitely come find out a little bit more about that, because it is really, really fun. We also have our safety and tech ops departments. So our head of safety continues to be Shadow, who remains in the shadows. So, but it's a lovely team. You can reach out to find out more about safety. Tech Ops is headed up by, again, our beloved Captain Bill Harrison, as well as Vinnie Monroe. I think we might we're looking for a lead position in Tech Ops. So if anyone's interested in that, just let us know. And then, as I touched upon, our volunteer ops lead is Lady Maribel. She is new this year. She will be coming with her second Draven. We're very excited to have them as part of a team. Oh, fantastic. Welcome, Draven. So anyone who joins our volunteer staff, you're going to be coordinating directly with Maribel when you get here, as well as before the show. So welcome to the team. Okay. Moving forward, I do know that we do have openings for our charity events department. Currently, Jaeger is the head of our charity auction, but if you have a special affinity for charity events, we would love to talk to you about joining that team. Jaeger also runs our con store, so if you also want to talk more about that, that runs similar hours as our vendor hall, and I know that I don't know that he's looking for volunteers, but he's wonderful to work with. So if you have a certain itch to work with our con store, with our charity ops department, that's the person you'll be talking to. Moving on to programming, we do have our Senior Director of Programming present, Jason Merrill. Jason has been with us since the beginning. There's a little applause in the room for that very reason. He's done a wonderful job. Starting this year, Mac, who joined us last year, has moved into the on-site coordination. So Mac handles all of the other programming teams. We do have as part of our team, costuming, which is headed up by Eric, fabrication, which is headed up by Santa or Steven. We have our gaming department, which we have a brand new director of gaming who will be joining our team. Her name is Kamiko, and she works with Atlanta Gamer Life, as well as Challenges Game Store. So if you are familiar with either of those, we're very excited to welcome her to the team this year. We have our culture and lifestyles department, which is headed up by the Chameleon. Media, which is headed up by the lovely Darren. And our youth academy, which is headed up by headmistress Corbett and her professor who is here, Professor Willow. Right? Yes, I gotcha. So we love our youth programming. It's just such a lovely addition to our convention. So if any of those items of programming are of special interest to you, that's some of our directors that we have this year, and their seconds, who I didn't name everybody, but of course we all appreciate all the hard work that you guys put in to make our programming happen. Heading up guest ops is Regina. Regina is a wonderful human being that everybody knows. because she's been doing this for many, many years in this area and makes some of our most beloved conventions in this area tick. So we're very excited to have her continuing to run guest ops, as well as our lovely director of uh, uh, vendor coordinator, vendor director, Ed Neary, who again works with many, many conventions and makes vendor operations run for many of your favorite shows. So we love having him as part of our team. We have a brand new director of registration, Ray, who is with us today. And I know that we are looking for volunteers for registration. So we would absolutely love anybody who wants to volunteer to help with that department. Please reach out to us, let us know. Ray, you are probably familiar with if you are interested in this genre, because she does work with the alternative and historical fiction track at DragonCon. Did it! Yay me! It's such a mouthful. So we're very excited to welcome you to the team this year as well. So that is most of our primary departments. We also have the lovely human beings who make us look good. We've got our photography, our head photographer, James Frameshot Garner, who will be coming back, as well as David Leo. We have our lovely videography department. So if you've been following us on social media and saying, wow, these videos are amazing, that is all thanks to Chris and Brianna, who is here off camera running our stream this year. And so we do have welcomed a couple more folks to the videography team. If you've got some special interest in that, that's something that we're going to continue to build on in years to come. So if you enjoy making fun little things for social media and you want to help out with the department, just reach out to Chris or myself or Maribel, and we'll get you all set up. We also have returning again this year our lead first aid, Chris, Krys, because I just mentioned a different Chris. There's too many Chris's. But Chris Earls is our first aid lead, and she basically keeps us all safe and healthy throughout the convention, which is very important. So those are some of the departments. As I mentioned, just a quick overview. Tea room, we definitely need volunteers for. Registration, we would love volunteers for. Info services desk, and our charity events, charity auction area. But if any of those other departments sound more your speed, please reach out and let us know. Okay. Let me just also quickly touch on some of the other stuff you can expect at this year's convention. We have our artist guest of honor, Amy Brewer Davenport, coming down from Chattanooga. As mentioned, we are collaborating with Atlanta Historic Dance for a Friday night formal, as well as the Atlanta Radio Theater Company are going to come back and provide a radio show for us. Our lovely Captain Bill Harrison. What was that?
They are fantastic.
Ooh, we have someone who has gotten a sneak peek at some of the stuff that's coming to the show.
No. Insider.
She's already been through the fairy ring and come back out.
Yeah, they are.
You know how when Lord of the Rings came out, they said, well, we couldn't have this thing happen because it would take the ring's power away. You've been through the fairy ring and you came back out. Like, you're ruining our whole journey this year. So yes, so now we're extra excited about this year's radio show. Bill Harrison will be coming back to do some emceeing and some of his work that he's done with the Venusian Airship Pirate Trading Company, talk about some fabrication for prop weapons. We have the lovely Brett King joining us again. Ick the Troll King, who is a beloved figure of the Georgia Renaissance Fair, the Tennessee Renaissance Fair, rock Rock City, and of course DragonCon, where he's very, very known and loved. He's coming back to Georgia for this show, where he's going to perform kingly duties and to be the MC and host of our Friday night event, as well as we're getting a little reverb. Yeah, sorry if you're hearing echo at home.
I'm just
Okay. Thank you, Maribel. So yes, so we're very excited to have Ick joining us. Our author guest of honors, sharing kind of like our lead, John Hartness, who's bringing workshops and wonderful paneling. He's amazing. He's the owner of one of the largest, I think the largest South independent press in the Southeast.
Second.
Oh, second. Well, I mean, it's way up there. Yeah. And Mel Todd, who will also be here talking about some of her romantasy type lovely fiction that she does. We have, of course, John Strangeway coming back just to be a scamp. A scamp, as well as beloved figures in the tea world, Madame Askew and the Grand Arbiter, who will be coming back to head up our tea programming, like our teapot races and our tea dueling. Yes, Natasha.
Regarding tea room, someone on YouTube asked, how many people do you need for registration in the tea room? I have some ASL students and ASL interpreter students that can do that. And also, and it said they can fulfill the disability services in those areas as well.
Yep, that's my part.
Oh, okay. Got you. All right. So a comment from Lampra or yeah.
Captain America.
Captain America family. Asking about positions for the tea room as well as registration. I think ideally we're looking for 2 to 3 volunteers for registration. Obviously, we won't sneeze if more folks want to join the team. For the tea room, I always functions best when we have more people there to help with preparing, serving, cleaning up, going next door to the vendors and seeing if they need any snacks or refreshments. So I believe, and hopefully if Maya is watching virtually, he can correct me if I'm wrong. But I believe ideally we're looking for over the course of a day, 9 volunteers. So for 3 days, somewhere in the vicinity of 20 volunteers, because Friday's a short day. So
2.
what was that?
We have exactly 2 on.
Yeah, well, yes. So Jeremiah, Maya, his second, Owen and Owen's friend Dimitri. Yes, Dimitri. So yes, we're looking for about a dozen more folks who might be willing to help out with the tea room. 20 slots, correctly, not 20 people. So yes, so that is an important note to make. So if you volunteer for an early shift and then again a late shift, you know, it's not necessarily 20 different people, just like 20 different slots to help make the tea room run all weekend. Okay, was that everybody's question over in the YouTube? Yes. Okay, great, cool. Okay, just quickly rounding out our guests this year, we also are welcoming back Paige Gardner, who is a wonderful costume maker and found object artist. Sarah Calamity Dawn, who is a master mixologist and will be coming back with some of her paneling and parties regarding you know, adult tipples. Things that are refreshing, maybe not necessarily fairy wine, but you know, other things. And Stephen Chapman, who is also another master crafter, who will be coming back to talk about his specialties in creating really wild and wonderful contraptions and prop weapons and things of that nature. As part of our collaborators, we also absolutely want to make sure that we give a shout out to Scott and Renee Ash, who are bringing back the breakout boxes this year. And so they are going to be running a lovely little breakout box room as part of our gaming this year. that we're going to tease on social media. So I'm going to let that be a little of a hush hush thing for another couple of days. But yes, we're very excited to have the breakout boxes back. We're very excited to be collaborating with several local events and local crafters and wonderful human beings who do wonderful things. So that kind of gives everybody a little general overview of what we're bringing to CONpossible this year. To talk about the semi-immersive element of the convention, opening ceremonies. We'll talk a little bit more about last year, how we ended up in the Fey realm, and of course, the closing ceremonies will announce where we're headed to next. So we are confirmed for a 2027 show. Just to let everybody know ahead of time to mark that first weekend in February for next year in your calendars. But we'll have more details about that at our closing ceremonies this year. Jason, did I overlook anything that we discussed that our volunteers might need to know? Any dance? I did mention Atlanta Dance.
Yeah.
I think I did. Yes.
Yeah.
Atlanta Historic Dance. Yes.
Yep.
They're coming back Friday night for a formal. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think.
Okay.
All
right.
I can't think of everything at the moment. So.
Our brain dead board of directors. You were the one person who had a brain cell today, Jason. And you've let us down.
Sorry.
It's right. It's true. It's true. We're a group of orange cats, and the brain cell has gone somewhere else. I do believe I covered all the departments and your various needs, but does anyone have anything that they would like any potential volunteers who are watching to know? Any openings or items? No. Possibly. Natasha, yes.
I'm gonna add that one person, but it would be cool as kind of see if you want to volunteer for women's for cosplay the model. So
Oh, sure. Do you want, so you want me to do a general call? Yeah. So one of our panels this year, we are doing a painting session with Wimelva. I'm sorry, a drawing session. I always want to say like paint and sip, and it's not that. It's a drawing session with Wimelva Brighttooth. Is that correct? Wimelva Brighttooth, who, if you've been following the social media, has been doing little sketches and little notes talking about what's happening in the Fey realm. So Wimelva is looking for cosplayers who might want to be models for their little drawing session. So if you would like to volunteer to do that, just let us know and we'll get you connected so that you can work on that. How long is that panel? About 2 hours?
2 hours?
Well, roughly 2 hours, a little drawing session that we're gonna be hosting this year. Any other items or anything from the Discord before I throw it to general questions? Actually, I should already throw it to general questions in case anybody has something that they want to know, either in the Discord, on YouTube, or here in person. Did I really cover everything? I'm doing so well this year. Usually I'm a mess. Okay. Oh, Owen, I'm proud of you too.
Did you mention when is the schedule? Is the schedule come live on the website?
Yes, that is actually a fantastic thing for us to discuss. All right. Thank you, Brianna. That is a wonderful thing for us to discuss. So as far as questions about the schedule, we are very excited. This year, we are going to have a full-blown, real, actual facts app. So you'll be able to access all the details and scheduling notes about CONpossible via the ConTrack app. So for those of you on your smart devices, whether you have the Apple Store or the Android store, that is CON, Track, TRACK. It's the ConTrack app. They are a community space, so we won't be the only event featured, but since we're 3 weeks away, we're going to be right at the top, CONpossible. In that app, you will see that currently it says coming soon, but our schedule of events, we're looking to have released sometime after the 25th. Yes,
As
You
soon
know-
as we can get it whipped into shape,
Yeah.
we'll get it over to them and get it up.
yes,
But it's-
because we have our final like programming, et cetera, meeting on the 23rd, which is next Friday.
Yes.
Yes. So, so the contract app, it'll have some details about our vendors, about our guests, eventually, I think possibly now, but at least at some point, we're going to have the updated map for this year because we did move some of our rooms to make them bigger or to accommodate some requests and some asks. So feel free to go ahead and download the contract app. CONpossible 2026. It should be right at the top and we're searchable. There's a little search bar right at the top as well. So that should hopefully kind of give you a general idea. But yes, we are putting in the last finishing touches of our program and then sending it over to them to be fully uploaded. So yes, and for those who are in the room, thank you, Brianna. Great point.
Yeah.
I did have a note to bring that up and then I did not do that. So
We all get to experience together.
we all got to experience this wonderful development together. Yes. Are there any other questions from the Discord or anybody who might be watching at home who had other thoughts, questions, and comments about our departmental openings?
So due to multitasking, you may have just answered this question. Did someone ask about for programming, when will you know what they were doing for panels?
Yes. So hopefully before the 25th, Mac, who is our programming director, we synced up yesterday. I know that we're very close, but they are currently out of the country, I believe. And so as soon as they are back in, those, if you haven't already gotten your approval emails, you should be getting those on paneling. So if you submitted a panel this year and you have not received a little panel acceptance email that tells you what's happening when, that should be coming next week, by the 23rd. So yeah. So okay. All right. Well, that was the only question in the Discord, and nobody else has any questions for us. That should give you a general overview of CONpossible. We hope that you will come out and consider volunteering with us this year. You can coordinate Lady Maribel, who is in our Discord server. If you haven't joined our Discord server, you're watching from YouTube or followed us here from our Facebook event. The link to do so is listed on our webpage. You can join us. We're the CONpossible official server on Discord. Feel free to join, introduce yourself. We'll get you squared away with the volunteer role, and we'll answer any questions y'all might have. So thank you guys so much for joining us. We appreciate you setting the time aside. We're looking very forward to going on a cozy cottagecore adventure through the worlds of Aether Punk. And so we're very hopeful you're going to have a really, really great time with us this year. So thank you again. And I'm not seeing any other hands, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off. So for those who are here in person, feel free to have some snacks, have some drinks, some beverages. And for those of you at home who are watching after the fact, you can always join the server and ask us questions later. Thank you so much, guys.